Going on, fellas? It's me again, and today gonna show you how to get more out of life. Now, been a couple things I've been thinking about as of late, and I know I've been gone for forever, but you know, I just needed some time to really not only find myself a bit more, but at the same time, is you know, I felt like I didn't have the proper equipment, the proper tools, in order to fully make a real comeback. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm just saying fuck it. You know, just throwing it out there. But a few things to help yourself get more out of life. Number one, finding your purpose. Now, a lot of people, they're just existing. They're not really being all of who they are. They don't really know what they want out of life and how to obtain what they want out of life, even if they do know what they want. They're just coasting through, you know, working a job they hate, being with a girl they don't like or a guy they don't like for the women. Um, you know what I'm saying? And they're just existing. They're just being here. They're not really doing anything. You know what I mean? So first thing you want to do, figure out what you want and out of life and go after it. Like I said before, just figure out something. If you don't know your purpose, make your purpose figuring out what your purpose is. All right, go out and experience things. Ask people stuff. Try to get as much knowledge in your head about what life is and how to navigate it as best as you possibly can, and just spend more time doing more things that you love. You know what I'm saying? So just figure out whatever it is that you want in life and go after it. And when I say go after it, I mean laser focused. Don't be tunnel vision. I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, be tunnel vision, be tunnel vision." No, don't be tunnel vision, because when that happens, a lot of times you are so hell bent on whatever it is that you're doing to the point where it's you forget about all the other things that come with life. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's probably going to get you to your goal faster, but you probably missed out on a lot of things that could have helped you along the way to make it an easier journey, to make it a more fruitful journey. And things like that. Or hell, you probably missed out on something that could have brought you to that goal even faster. You know, so yeah, just keep all that in mind when you're doing that. Another thing, what do you ask yourself? What do you want to be remembered for? What type of legacy do you want to leave? What type of foundation you want to lay for your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids, so on and so forth. Like what type of mark do you want to make in life, and what type of mark do you want to make in history as a whole? You know what I mean? So just ask yourself that. Hopefully you figure something out. Knowing exactly what you want to achieve and how to obtain it. That pretty much just ties in what I said at first. Just finding your purpose and, going after it. You know what I mean? Know exactly what you want. Don't just be don't throw out any vague terms oh, I want to be rich. Okay, cool. How are we gonna do that? Oh, I don't know, I want to be a boxer or whatever. Okay, what are you doing in order for you to get that off the ground? You become a boxer, then what? Do you want to win championships? Do you want to just get a cup of coffee and leave? Do you want to just get paid? What do you want out of boxing? You know what I'm saying? Just ask yourself those questions, and you'll figure something out. I promise you. Doing the hard stuff, getting up on time / getting right up to getting right to it when you get up. And what I mean by that is you have a set schedule in which you get up at a certain time. You know, just start your day as early as you possibly can. Try to get as much done. Get your school work done if you're in school or whatever, or you know if you're not in school or whatever, just get up and go for a run, or go start your workout, or you know if you got a job or whatever, in which you like got to get to, or like a job where you work from home at. Like, just make sure you're getting up and getting straight to it. Like, don't get up and just procrastinate on your phone. Don't get up and just stare off into nothing. Like what I do a lot of times. I got to work on that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm right there with y'all. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect my damn self. But you know, just got to get up and get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to just sit around and stretch or whatever, but like just make sure like you're not staying in bed for too long. So yeah, just get up and get right to it whenever you finally do wake up. Going to work. A lot of times we really don't want to go to work. We try to find any excuse to call out. Excuse me, any excuse to come in late or whatever the case may be. Like just get your ass to work, man. Go to work, bro. You're better off coming in earlier than later, because not only do you maximize your check and you maximize like how much money you're making on that check. Two, you're putting a good impression on your bosses and stuff like that. They're gonna be like, oh, this guy or this girl, they're coming in early. They're coming in right on time every day. They're always you know showing up you know like ready to go and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, cool. They're showing me that they're really passionate about what they do. So boom, I'm giving them a raise, and boom, you're making even more money. It's just that simple, bro. Like, just get to work, man. Getting through major setbacks and adversities. We all go through something. Life ain't all peaches and cream, man. I know I've been through a lot. You watching this video, I know you've been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? We've all been through something. Like, there's a song that I listen to a lot. It's called "Rise Against" it's called "Survive" by Rise Against. Fun fact: it's actually on SVR 2007 for all the gamers out there. It's on that very game, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, and that's the first time I ever heard that song. And ever since then, I've been hooked. But yeah, it's like we've all been sorry, we've all been hurt, which is true. We've all been sorry, we've all been hurt. You know, but we gotta get through it. You know what I'm saying? Because life goes on. You know what I mean? Take the time to cry, take the time to grieve. Feel those emotions. Don't bottle those emotions up, because if you do that, it's gonna, you know, be worse off for you in the long run. But just make sure that you take the time out to do that and get back on the horse and keep going, bro. And yeah, just keeping your head up. Pretty much just ties in to what I said earlier. Just keeping your head up, making sure that you stand in good spirits. You're staying in good graces and whatever. Like you making sure that you're still confident and you're still optimistic about what's ahead in life, because there's always gonna be better days, bro. I promise you. Not listening to haters, going against the grain, do your own thing. I don't give a damn where you come from. I don't care what your parents did. I don't care what your cousins doing, your brother, sister, whatever. Do what you want to do. I don't care what it is. Because I can say from experience, I do a lot of unconventional stuff that, with me coming from the hood or whatever, like a lot of people wouldn't expect for me to act the way that I act. Like, but it is what it is. Like, I've been putting up with that pretty much literally all my damn life, just being into the stuff that I'm into, like anime, skateboarding, you know, rock music, be overtly into video games, and it's just like nerdy stuff in general. Like, you know what I mean? I made a whole video talking about that. It's okay to go against the grain, bro. It's okay to be different. You know what I'm saying? Like, just make sure you're doing it because you want to do it. Don't do it because somebody else is doing it, or because somebody, feels like that's what's best for you to do. Do your own thing, man. You'll be all right. And again, that just pretty much ties into what one another, doing what you want. Like I said before, break your generational curses. If your parents struggle with something, make sure you learn as much as you can about that thing and why they struggle with it, so you yourself don't struggle with it. You can break out of the patterns that your parents set for you. You don't have to do the same thing that they did. You could do something better. You could become something more. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your parents grew up broke or whatever, and they still broke or whatever, go get you some money. Make sure you getting some money in your pocket. If your parents struggle with like, uh what's good what's a good thing? If your parents struggle with something like, not being able to handle their emotions properly, they weren't very emotionally intelligent. They used to lash out a lot. They used to get real angry, real pissed or whatever. Make sure you're going to therapy and you're becoming more emotionally intelligent and you're teaching your kids the same thing when you have kids, so you can put, you know, more positive change into your bloodline and challenge the stereotypes. Never feel like just because you come from somewhere or, you uh see things a certain way or like for example like with you being a black guy or whatever, right? You don't have to always you don't have to be the black guy who likes fried chicken and fucking watermelon and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be that. If that's not what you want to be, you don't have to be that. You know what I'm saying? Challenge those stereotypes. Reject the places society try to put you in. Be you. Plain and simple. Learning as much as you can. Never, ever, 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 ever stop learning. All right, reading books. That's a big thing. I know nowadays we spend so much time on the internet that we forget about reading. But you must read, bro. You must read. Like reading does wonders for your brain, bro. It does wonders for the mind. It's good for you to. It helps you articulate yourself better. And on top of that, it just makes you seem more sophisticated because like instead of just looking something up, you're actually looking for it in the book. You know what I'm saying? You're expanding your vocabulary. You're being able to flow better in conversation and stuff like that. Like reading has a lot of benefits. I don't really know all of them. I'm sure there are a lot more than what I'm naming. So like look up the benefits on your own time after you watch this video. But excuse me, there are a lot of benefits that go into reading. So make sure you're reading. Learning more about human behavior. Learn as much as you can about how people act and why they act, that certain way or whatever the case may be. So make sure you're learning about human psychology, studying things like psychology, studying things like, emotions, uh, taking a look at people's backgrounds and stuff like that, where they come from, what type of environment they were raised in. You know what I'm saying? Like just learn as much as you can about other human beings. And same breath, learn more about yourself, and do things like meditation, do things like, you know, going to therapy if you can afford it. You know what I'm saying? And just express your emotions to your therapist and, you know, have them come up with things that will better you and stuff like that. Like I want to go to therapy one day, you know, but as of right now, I just can't afford it. But I definitely want to go to therapy one day so I can like figure more out about myself. So make sure you're figuring out a lot more about yourself. And an inexpensive way you can do that is by, just simply looking at your parents. Because whether you want to admit it or not, bro, you're just like your daddy and you're just like your mama. Plain and simple, dude. Like you and your parents share a lot of similarities, dude. So if you want to learn more about yourself, watch your parents, or just like ask your parents questions. Ask them like about their quote unquote lore, how everybody want to say nowadays. Like just get a feel for who they are a bit more, because chances are you really don't know your parents that well. You know what I mean? And you'll be surprised what you'll find out by just asking your parents some simple questions. So definitely do that. Learning how to make clean money. Make sure you're, you know, getting knowledge and stuff like that. Like going to school or whatever. Like if you want to learn more about say you want to be an actor or whatever. Say you want to, I don't know, learn how to fix stuff. Learn how to work with your hands or whatever. Like see if you can like go to school for it or whatever, or if you can like find like books in your library and like at your like calm down at your local library in order for you to like learn stuff about that. Learning how to make money the right way instead of just going out in the street selling drugs or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Or robbing or whatever. Like you ain't got to do all that, man. Like learn how to make money the right way. And I ain't talk about just like working a 9 to 5 forever until you die. Like learning how to get out of that. Learning a skill, honing a skill. You know, hell, even with this YouTube stuff, like learn how to do YouTube well enough to